Hello and welcome back to Speak Like a Leader. I'm Paula and today we're going to jump into the importance of writing professional reports in business English. So whether you're presenting quarterly results, summarizing a project or analyzing market trends, a well-structured report is key to communicating your messages clearly and professionally. So in this session, we're going to break down the components of a compelling business report using a presentation format that represents how you would actually be presenting a report in a real business situation. In this presentation, I will provide examples and share useful expressions enhancing your writing. So let's get started. Today, we will cover the essential elements of writing effective business reports. This involves clear structure, concise writing, and thorough analysis to present your information persuasively. Business reports are vital because they inform decisions, track progress, communicate results, and of course, document processes. They serve as formal documents to convey important information within your organization. Now let's move on to the structure of your business report. A well-organized business report follows a very clear and specific structure. You need to start with a title page, followed by a table of contents for easy navigation. The executive summary provides a brief overview, and the introduction sets the context. Next, you have to explain your approach in the methodology section, present data and analysis in the findings, and summarize insights in the conclusion. Suggest actions in the recommendation section and include additional information in the appendices. Let's start with the title page. The title page should have a clear descriptive title that reflects the report's content. For example, you could write Q2 Financial Performance Analysis, and you can also add a subtitle for additional detail if necessary, such as Revenue and Expense Overview. Don't forget to include your name and department to establish credibility and ensure that the date is current. For example, you could write Paula Smith, Finance Department, July 31st, 2024. Now, many people don't include a table of contents, which is very important. The table of contents should be well organized and easy to navigate. You need to clearly label sections and subsections, and don't forget to include page numbers for quick reference. For example, number 1, Executive Summary, page 1 and 2. Introduction, page 2 and 3. Methodology, page 3 and 4. And findings, page 5. This helps the reader find the information that they need quickly and efficiently. Now let's move on to the executive summary. The executive summary provides a brief overview of your report. Summarize the main findings and highlight key points. For example, you could write, this report analyzes Q2 financial performance, showing a 10% increase in revenue and a 5% reduction in expenses. So this section should engage the reader and capture their interest early on so they continue reading your report. Moving on to the introduction. The introduction sets the stage by providing context for the rest of the report. So clearly state the report's objective and define its scope. For example, this report aims to analyze the financial performance of Q2 2024, focusing on revenue and expenses to inform strategic planning. This sentence helps the reader understand the importance and purpose of your report. You get to explain your process in the methodology section. For example, we collected data from financial statements and used trend analysis to evaluate performance. So specify where the data comes from as well. You could write data sources include internal financial reports and market research. And don't forget to describe the techniques that you used, like trend analysis and comparative analysis were applied to identify patterns and insights. You get to present your key results in the findings section. For example, revenue increased by 10%, while expenses decreased by 5%. Now interpret the data as well. For example, this indicates approved operational efficiency. And you can also use visuals like charts and graphs to make the data more accessible. For example, the bar chart on the right shows revenue growth over the past 3 quarters. In the conclusion, recap the key points. In summary, Q2 saw a 10% revenue increase and a 5% expense reduction. You can also highlight the main takeaways. For example, this suggests a positive trend in financial performance. And discuss future implications and next steps. For instance, you could write, continued focus on cost control and revenue growth is recommended. In the recommendations section, suggest specific steps. For example, increase investment in marketing to sustain revenue growth. You can also explain your reasoning, like marketing efforts have shown a strong return on investment. And you can predict outcomes, future outcomes, like this could lead to a 15% increase in sales in the next quarter. Don't forget to use appendices. In the appendices, you get to include additional data and detailed analysis that you don't want to include in your report so it doesn't get too long. For example, you could say, Appendix A, detailed quarterly financial statements. So you can provide an in-depth details as well. In Appendix B, you could say methodology for trend analysis. And in the appendices, you get to cite sources. For example, in Appendix C, you will find references and data sources. This section supports the main report with supplementary information. Last but not least, here are some useful expressions for writing your report. When introducing your report, you could say, this report aims to analyze financial expenses. You can emphasize key findings by saying, the key findings indicate that we need to move in another direction. For detailing your analysis, you could say, our analysis reveals a need to further do market research. If you want to highlight the value, you could say, the significant insight in this report indicates that we need to do more. And finally, when recommending actions, start with, we suggest implementing a new financial strategy because this provides clear direction. By following these guidelines, you will be able to write effective business reports that communicate your message clearly and professionally. Remember, a well-structured and detailed report can significantly impact decision-making and organizational success. Don't forget to subscribe to watch the entire series of business writing and many more educational videos on how to improve your business English skills. Have a great day and see you next time.